If Disney princesses have taught us anything, it is that there comes a time in every princess's life when she must experience a big change. From marrying a pretty prince to leaving her cottage with 7 dwarves, these changes come in various types. However, the change that the Swedish crown princess is about to experience is nothing like the movies. Nearly every single person is asking, what is the major life change that the Swedish princess is experiencing? Grab your popcorn and a front row seat as we explore the life and recent updates of the Swedish crown princess. The princess we will be discussing in today's video is Princess Victoria Ingrid Alice Desiree, the crown princess of Sweden and Duchess of Västergötland. She is the eldest child of Swedish ruler King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia, born to them on July 14, 1977. In a world where the male child is given precedence when it comes to inheriting the crown, Princess Victoria became recognized as the crown princess and heir apparent thanks to the parliamentary change to the active succession that brought about absolute primogeniture. Simply put, whoever comes first calls dibs on the throne of Sweden. As one would expect of royalty, Princess Victoria had it all. From the best godparents like King Harold V of Norway and former Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands, to the best basic education money can buy. She really had it all, and it goes without saying that life started out smoothly for her. After getting her basic education, she studied for 1 year at the Catholic University of the West at Angers in France, from 1996 to 1997. And in the fall term of 1997, she took part in a special program that followed the work of the Riksdag, the legislature and supreme decision-making body of her home country. From 1998 to 2000, young Princess Victoria moved to the United States, where she lived for a while and studied various subjects at the prestigious Yale University. There's one thing about members of the different royal families who always dabble in various aspects of life, almost like they are trying to build the most exquisite CV ever known to man. And young Princess Victoria was just like that in her early days. While she continued her studies at Yale University, she also took up an internship job at the Swedish Embassy in Washington, D.C. in 1999, and even completed a special study program at the government offices, the National Cabinet of Sweden, in 2001. With her very meticulous preparation as heir apparent and her very hard-working nature, Princess Victoria continued to do the extra work to better herself in preparation for her ascension to the throne of Sweden. Her education continued with many visits to a number of Swedish businesses, a study program, and internship opportunities in agriculture and forestry, as well as being able to complete the basic soldier training at the Swedish Armed Forces International Center, all within a few years of 2003. Princess Victoria didn't stop there, as she went on to apply for the Ministry for Foreign Affairs Diplomat Program, a special training program for young upcoming diplomats, which gave insight into the ministry's work, the Swedish foreign and security policies, and the country's relations with the rest of the world. This special program ran from September 2006 to June 2007, and 2 years later, the young princess also graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree from Uppsala University. As next in line to succeed to the throne of Sweden, Princess Victoria didn't have the opportunity to live like other non-royal youth, especially since a huge power was placed in her hands when she clocked 18. When other girls her age celebrated their 18th birthday with friends at a party or something of the sort, Princess Victoria celebrated hers at the Hall of State at the Royal Palace of Stockholm, where she made her declaration of majority. This means that she was given the power to act as the head of the state in place of her father whenever he was absent from the country. Compared to having a nice car for her 18th birthday, being given the power to rule sounds way more interesting. The young princess graced the occasion by giving her first public speech promising allegiance to the king and upholding the state's constitution and laws. Of course, this was just the beginning of a very active life for the Crown Princess of Sweden, as she became a working-class member of the royal family with her own agenda of royal responsibilities. Some of these royal responsibilities include her attendance at the Regular Advisory Council on Foreign Affairs, as well as the information councils with government ministers led by her father, the king. and when her royal daddy isn't around to run the country, Princess Victoria steps up to the role of a temporary regent and rules as well as you can imagine. Aside from standing in for Daddy Dearest as the head of state, she also has been responsible for representing the great country of Sweden in many official trips abroad. Her first time was in Japan in 2001, when she went to promote Swedish art, culture, and tourism during the Swedish Style event, as well as going to the west coast of the United States that same year to participate in the celebrations of the Nobel Centenary. She has also been to many other countries for official business, including the United States, Spain, Uganda, Ethiopia, Kosovo, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Hungary. All that was just the tip of the iceberg, as Princess Victoria was actively participating in the affairs of the state and beyond. One would wonder if the young princess ever had time to build a family. And the answer to that is a big fat yes. While Princess Victoria was working her ass off for the state, she also managed to find love in the thick of it. A feat many people can't claim, royal or otherwise. You probably expect that the heir apparent to the throne of a country as big as Sweden would obviously settle down with someone of equal standing, or at least in the same social class as her. And at the beginning, things were moving in that direction. However, life took a completely different turn for the young princess in 2002 when she met her new boyfriend at the time, Daniel Westling. As expected, news about such high-caliber royalty doesn't stay hidden for long, and in a short time, the Swedish newspaper Expression reported the news of how the young princess had fallen head over heels for Daniel Westling, her personal trainer at Master Training. When the news broke and all attention turned to Daniel, it became a problem for him as he obviously did not like being in the public eye. The media went as far as getting a picture of the princess and her boyfriend kissing for the first time at a birthday party of a close friend of Princess Victoria's. Things got very serious between Princess Victoria and Daniel Westling, and they started looking to the future. 7 years after their first meeting, an information council between her royal father and Prime Minister Fredrik Reinfeldt was held under the terms of the Swedish Act of Succession, where the government gives the final consent for a dynastic marriage of Swedish royalty upon the request of the king, otherwise they lose their right to the throne. Permission was granted and the couple got married in Stockholm Cathedral on June 19, 2010, a day which also marked the 34th anniversary of her parents' marriage. The couple's union was blessed with 2 lovely children, Princess Estelle and Prince Oscar, both born in 2012 and 2016 respectively, and things have been going great for the Crown Princess of Sweden. Until now. According to recent updates, Princess Victoria has decided to head back to school for another try at education. And this isn't just any type of education. The princess started officer training at the Swedish Defense University along with the Swedish Armed Forces. This news hit the mainstream when the princess was seen dressed up in camouflage military uniform when she arrived at Karolinska University for her first day of training. She was also seen taking notes at her desk during a lecture, along with her fellow cadets, like a very studious trainee. The princess released a statement saying, "With great anticipation, I continue my military education at the Swedish Defense Academy today. Together with the other cadets, I will, among other things, immerse myself in tactics, military science, and military strategy. My ambition is now to put all my energy into officer training in order to be able to represent Sweden and the armed forces in the best way possible in the future. I look forward to an interesting and rewarding study time together with my new course mates." This new line of training is set to take the princess about 20 months to complete, and the main objective of this training is to prepare the next ruler of Sweden for her role as the future head of state, which includes representing the armed forces. She will be trained in every form of military strategy and tactics needed to make her reign as the supreme ruler of Sweden and the Swedish armed forces a complete success. What do you think of Princess Victoria and this big change in her life? Is it really worth all the stress of going through military training again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you think about the princess's new life change. There is more royalty news for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more royal secrets.